Hey guys, it's Geordie_medium13 here. So I'm back with the weekly reading. It has been a while, and I'm so glad to be joined by Luiza again. It's been so long. Thanks for
Hello.
coming back.
It's okay.
It's so good. How have you been?
I've been really good. I've been really good. How have you been?
Yeah, it's been interesting the last few months, but I'm good now. I've taken the time out that I needed to soul search. I did a video earlier today about that, which I didn't mention off air before, but I did a video earlier, kind of discuss some of what has been going on. Just
Mm.
need to soul search a little bit, find my passion and joy again. I kind of lost a little bit of that since moving up here and having to deal with so much adult problems of like money and just, yeah,
Yeah.
figuring my life out. Just needed to get some sense of direction. And again, I didn't tell you this off air, but I'm going to announce it on here. I am doing a medium course
Amazing. Yes.
and I'm
I love
strengthening
it.
my connection with spirit, strengthening everything, and
Mhm.
really going to get my business off the ground and
Mhm.
putting myself out there even more. So
That's
I'm
incredible because like they'll give you such awesome tools and things for you to recognize and pick up on. Just like strengthen what like amazing ability that you already have.
mm,
Because you
100.
can get so like lost in that world. But I love that. I want to do one for ages, but I've got a million other things to do. But yeah, it's so excited for you.
Same. I'm so excited, and I really still want to do an astrology course. I really want to get into that as well. Really,
Yeah.
I'll,
Do you know what the thing is with astrology is that like you'll always be a student. You this like you know what I mean? Like it's an always you're always going to be learning something new. Like I'm about to start learning like electional astrology, which I kind of started at the middle of the year, right? Yeah, a few months ago. So I'm doing a little bit more now. So it's just like deciding to do things at certain times with the planetary placements and the energetics of the planets and how it all plays out and everything. So just deepening my knowledge of that. But astrology is amazing.
I love that because it's such a cool way to learn how the planets and how when they're in certain cycles, how they're affecting us
Mhm.
personally or even us as a collective, like how it's playing out in our lives, why certain things happen at certain times. Because sometimes we do get into those questions of why is this happening now all of a sudden? Like,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
kind of get into those questions and to figure out, oh, how the planets align and all of that, like that has always interested me.
It's really, really cool. And it's really cool to know like how much we're influenced by like the moon cycles as well. How
Mm.
much, because it's currently in a waning process too, which is pretty good. So it's just awesome to see how much we are influenced and how world events influence. If you look up a lot of world events that happen and you look at the astrology of the day, you'll pick out that it played a role in it. And it actually played a role recently when Microsoft went down that like a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I
Um,
remember.
we had Uranus, just like the planet of like disruption, volatility, radicalization, humanitarianism. It was squaring Mercury, which is a planet of communication, and squaring is a hard aspect, which is like it's like a tension aspect. So Mercury also like runs like obviously communication, but also internet as well, and that sort of way. So when you have those two planets squaring, that's on that day, that's when Microsoft went down.
Wow, that makes so much sense. And
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
it was such a big thing that went on. And when you see the timing of the day and even break it down even to the exact time it happened, it's so cool to see how all
Mm.
of those play out at those interesting moments.
And I remember I was looking at it, then I like saw I think an astrologer post about it, and I was like, damn, like yeah, it really does play a role. And so it's just like it's so astrology runs so deep, and you'll think you've got one layer, and then there's just so much more, which is the coolest part of it.
100%. And I'm even reading like birth charts and going into really in depth into the specific person, like that has always interested me too. Like I love.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a whole other level, which is why like I've got like my normal readings, which is like your like soul evolution reading, and then I've got like shadow work readings, which is like just the shadow part of you, which
Yeah.
is really, really cool because it just picks out like all the darker parts of you, of your behaviors, of your potential behaviors, that you perpetuate in this lifetime, life cycles that you keep doing, your karmic cycles that you keep coming back with. And it's like, okay, this is that now you're aware of it, this is how you're gonna get out of it.
Yeah.
Or like with shadow work, like you make the decision to do it yourself.
100%. I
So
love
it's
that.
it's really, really cool. And
I feel like I need a session on that. Like,
if you want one, hit me up. But yeah, the shadow work readings that I've done have been pretty amazing.
Yeah. You've,
It's the like what you brought in from a past life too, because it's
oh,
really hard to pick that up.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can't really pick up, unless you're obviously really in tune and then you've been able to do the work and then read your own chart. You don't really know what came up in a past life. But when someone tells you this is your comfort zone, this is what you keep going back to, they're like, oh wow, that's your past life stuff, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Off air, we'll have it. We'll have a chat.
That's
I'm
really
so
cool.
interested now. Alrighty,
Yeah.
let's get into the cards for the week. So I haven't seen yours yet, but I'm just looking at mine, and they're really interesting for this week.
Mm-hmm.
I will kick us off with I don't know if my followers have seen this is one of my favorite card decks that I've got, the Ancient Stones.
Mm-hmm.
Such a cool card deck, and this one is Wisdom Keeper. Like it's such a beautiful card.
Oh wow. New perspective. Yes. Nice.
I love it. It's a new perspective, studying and learning, which kind of makes sense with what I was talking about before, the study. And I just see it as a card of all of us, as even maybe as a collective, just going back to learning, becoming that child again, and soaking up all that information and learning what our passion is, learning, even if it's learning about ourselves, you know. Well, I feel we never stop learning and studying and being creative and finding a new perspective. And even if that's just seeing a new perspective on, you know, maybe we're in a dark moment and just changing that perspective, seeing it in a new perspective, in a new light as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
I love it.
Yeah. I really love that. I really love that. Um, Did you want me to? Are you going to do one, and am I going to do one again?
Yeah, go,
Or
yeah.
okay, cool. Because I'm going to do my tarot because I got three. I'm going to do them in a row,
Yeah, go
and then
for
I've got my two others. So I'll get you after the tarot. But so I pulled the Strength card, which is interesting because it's Leo card. We've just finished Leo season.
it.
The
Yeah.
Strength cards is all about like cultivating your own courage within to push forward into something that you really want. Right. So when the Strength card gets shown, because if you really look at the card, she's actually just like battling a lion and she's like taming it, but with like
Mm.
poise, and she's taming it like with and quite she's quite grounded and quite peaceful. If you look at her face, she's actually really peaceful, but she's like I'm taming this lion, which is really cool. So it's being quite brave, quite courageous, and facing your fears as well, which is really, really important. And I think pushing forward into something that you really want to do, like, and it's also pushing those boundaries and barriers that you may have like put on yourself as limitations that you see, but actually, you know, it's all been cultivated by yourself. Do you know what I mean? That's kind of what I'm getting from that. And it's also you're stronger than you think.
Mm. I can so relate to that card.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But there's also like the other Eight of Cups. So it's this card. So Eight of Cups. So anything that's a cup is emotional. Whenever you have a moon, it's introspection. And you see that he's actually walking away. So this card is actually mean you need to walk away from whatever, or we're watching this, walking away from something that really isn't working for you and taking some time out. So he's walking towards the mountain. He's like, I'm just going to take my time out. I'm leaving for now. That's what this card represents. When you have the moon, like I said, it's introspection. It's looking at your emotional state. Also
Yeah,
looking at what emotions that you could that potentially still aren't working for you as well. So this is working on an emotional level.
I love
And
that.
a time to pull back. You know what I mean? A little bit of like this is also for new insight. I just looked at it. Yes, it's for new insight too. So it's a really good way to kind of clear things out. That one. Then really interesting because then the Nine of Cups came out
Oh,
and
wow.
it's a completely different vibe. In this vibe, we've got like Nine of Cups. We have look at all this fun things that's in the cups. So everyone's joyous, everyone's having a really good time. And this card is literally like good fortune and fulfillment.
Yeah.
And it says here you get what you want, your wildest dreams, keep the faith and release the past. And then but I feel like when it's coming off the back of the eighth, it's like I've had time to withdraw, I've had time to maybe release, and now I'm going to enjoy the fruits of my labor.
Yeah.
And then with the strength, it was like maybe the strength is I've got the strength to walk away.
Yes. Yes. I love that. I love that.
Yeah. So you've got the strength to walk away from something and then you get rewarded with the fruits of your labor.
Yeah. I love that. I
Yay.
really love that. I love how it kind of tells that story of walking away, finding that strength within,
Mm.
and in just allowing yourself to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Like, I love that. It
Yeah,
makes sense.
it's cool. Okay.
I love that. Alrighty, so my next card I've got from my energy and spirit oracle, which is all about creation, soul expression, something new. I love it.
Interesting.
I love it because it's all about coming to our creative parts of us and finding that something new, finding our soul expression, what makes our soul light up, what is
Yeah.
our passion, what are we here to do, what are we here to create? And I feel like
Yeah.
that is what this card is all about, is just finding that passion and that joy again, because I know with the ups and downs of life, sometimes we can lose that joy, we can lose parts of ourselves, but then are we actually losing parts of ourselves, or are we finding who we really are at our core? So,
That's it.
and that's why
One.
I love this creation card, because as you can see, she's planting. The flowers are starting to grow. She's planting
Mhm.
the seeds.
She's also nurturing it.
Yeah,
She's
and
nurturing it. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like a way that we can nurture ourselves
100%. I
in our
love
creation or in our projects and things that we want to build.
Hmm. Just getting back in touch with that creative side of us. We can get
Yeah.
lost in everyday life, and sometimes everyday life is not always creative. So it's like, well, let's be creative. Let's be kids again. Let's draw and sing, dance, have some fun. You know.
Yeah. I love that. Yes. Yes. Yes.
And then,
Um, Mine is like, I love how your cards are a little bit, well, the ones that you pulled so far, your cards are quite soft, and my cards are very much like, they're almost like get to work cards
mm,
today, because I've got like, because I'm doing Moonology deck.
oh, I want that deck so much.
It's a Geordie and Louisa favorite. We can't go wrong without it. Look with it. So this specific card is new moon in Capricorn. So it just because the Capricorn new moon is not till like the end of the year, but it's about the energy of what the new moon in Capricorn brings. We know that Capricorn is a working sign. It's the sign of diligence, responsibility, hard work, making things better, things improving. So with Capricorn, because it's also such a stubborn sign, but it's a stubborn sign because it wants to keep going. So when you have the new moon in Capricorn, it's like the birth of something new, but it says here your hard work is paying off.
Yeah,
So everything that you've been working towards, which is potentially maybe even to do with this, which is like enjoying the fruits of your labor as well.
definitely.
And the strength in your hard work. I don't know. We could play like that. We could play it like that. I feel like that could be a really cool way of looking at it.
Yeah,
But remember, Capricorn is, I call Capricorn and Saturn like the daddies of the zodiac. They're like the businessmen, the dads. Like they keep everything refined, everything working well, everything in order, everything to him needs to make sense and practical sense. And when it does, when it's tangible, it flies.
yeah.
So the beauty of that sign, I love that sign. So I feel like that's what it is. And
Oh,
also, like, we're coming to the last half of the year.
yes.
Do we want to get to work? You know what I mean? Get your ass up and work.
Oh, I love that. I love,
That's
yeah.
that's that's really came through just then for me.
But I love it. It goes to your point with the soft and sweetness of my cards of being like creative and the
Mm,
wisdom keeper, and then you've got the real like
work.
work.
Get those creative energies, work with it. Do you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love how they still tie in with each other. Like even my next card here from my the Starseed Oracle is, I love this. It's Earthed.
Oh, grounding. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Capricorn's a earth sign too.
100%. And it's all about learning how to be human in the world, but not of it.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like with this card, it's just getting back in touch with the human side of things, not, well, and even, well, not even totally the human side, but like we're all from different planets. We're all from different, we're all different beings. Our
Mhm.
souls are different beings, and getting back in touch with that side of us. And, but obviously still being grounded, because that can just send us God knows where, to be honest. But just being grounded, coming back into our hearts, who we're supposed to be, who we're meant to be. And
Hmm.
yeah, I love it because like when you look at the card, she's coming back down, you know,
Yeah.
coming back into that grounded place.
Hmm.
I love it.
I really like that. So also it's really important because we're literally human right now, so we may as well really embrace it
100%.
and work with it, and then just like use like the knowledge and powers that we have to create the life that we want.
Mm,
Yeah,
100%. I love
and
that.
that's beautiful, Geordie. I love that. Um, Mine's also, so my last card is a gibbous moon card. Gibbous moon is when the moon is just about to be full. So it's that last little like quarter bit before it gets full. So
Yeah.
it's you're very close to achieving your goal. So it's
Oh,
just like just a last push.
yeah.
So because I feel like my cards are all like a bit more on a motivational, practical working scale, and anything that you may want to push through, like for the next week, you are close to achieving it.
Yeah.
You're close to achieving this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. 100%. 100%. I love that.
Yeah, but put the practical steps in place, ground yourself like with your cards, find that creativity, walk away from things that don't serve you, have the strength to do so, and then you win the fruits of your labor.
Yeah. 100%. I love that. And then my last card, which is the Spirit of the Animal Oracle deck.
Oh, love it.
It's the Hawk Spirit,
Oh, yeah.
which I love because it's all
So
about,
regal. Look at it. It's
yeah,
majestic.
100%. And it's all about letting spirit be a guide. And I feel like it's a beautiful way to end this reading of like just letting spirit guide you, letting the messages come in, letting the worry, the self-doubt, the pressure, the expectations, just letting all of that go and just letting yourself, once you become grounded with the last card of just letting the messages come through, letting spirit be a guide. Like, hey, we're on this journey with you. We're guiding you to where you're meant to be, where you're supposed to be. Let us help you. We
Yeah.
can help you. We're here. Just sometimes I know for me personally, it's just a matter of getting out of my head and letting the messages come through and
Yeah.
guide me.
It's beautiful. Yeah. 100%. And also it's like what you mentioned before, where like I said, you can stay grounded, but then like when you're grounded, you're more at peace. So when you're more at peace, you get more messages,
100%. Yeah.
clearer messages, you know?
Yeah.
So if I find that balance, like when the monkey mind we spoke of earlier, the monkey mind takes over, it seems like it's so all encompassing and it's all that it's ever going to be, but it's not. Just what your mind's trying to trick you into believing.
100%. 100%. I know that's been my last few months of just overthinking and just having all these expectations of who I'm supposed to be, where I'm supposed to be,
Mhm.
instead of just flowing and allowing the joy. I've got so fixated on, I've had chats with a couple of my friends and I've been so fixated on just trying to find the joy in my life instead of going, well, why am I trying to find something that may already be there? Why don't I just enjoy it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm trying to focus on finding it and being like, and beating up on myself, being like, I'm not enjoying this. And maybe if I just be,
Hmm.
the joy's there.
Yeah.
It's always been there.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. That's beautiful, Geordie. I love it. Good on you for like really finding that perspective though, because I know how hard it can be from like going in and out.
Mm.
Yeah.
One of my other friends and I, we always joke because I send her voice messages when I'm in the depths of overthinking, and I just call it the roller coaster of emotions because it literally is. I send a whole bunch of voice messages, and she's laughing because it's this the whole time.
Hmm.
I'm like,
Oh my God. No. Yeah, I know exactly the feeling because I've done it before too.
and then
I'm going
she
through this and I hate it. And then I'm just like, oh my God, life is so good.
then she'll message me. She's like, "When you listen to this back, how are you not laughing?" And I'm like, "Mate, I don't listen to this back. I don't want
Oh my
to."
God. Not only when I send some really good, like insightful messages, I'll listen to them back. But other
Yeah.
than that, I'm not listening to them when I'm complaining.
Yeah, literally. I'm like, I don't want to hear that back. I know exactly. I felt it. That was enough. Like, I don't need to hear myself back being in the depths of the up and down. Like,
Yeah. That's so funny. That's so good. Oh, I'm gonna close this quickly.
oh,
But yeah.
mm. But yeah, I love this reading. I felt like the cards, both of ours, played off each other You know, we got the
They did.
silence, but
They
we've also
came from different angles, but I feel like they were really supportive.
100%. Love it.
Yay.
Well, thank you for jumping on. I hope everyone that watched this, I hope you guys get plenty out of it. We've gone. I feel like even this has been not so much of a roller coaster, but like there's been so many different angles and perspectives that can be taken out of this, which
Oh yeah.
I think is so cool. Which I feel will just resonate for a lot of people because there'll be different parts that will just resonate to different people.
Yes, correct. Yeah, I agree. I agree. You can just, like you said, like you know, you can take different parts of it, but you still have the strength to walk away from something that doesn't serve you as well. And that way, maybe you'll be able to find your creativity and inspiration from that.
100%. But also remembering that it's okay to do that. Like it's okay
Oh
to put
yeah.
it out first.
Yeah.
Because I know for me, you know, that can be another thing of like, oh, I'm actually making the decision for myself now. Like, whoa, this is new.
Hmm.
You know, it can
Yeah,
be scary, but it's like, it's okay to do that. If you need to do it for yourself, like,
exactly.
the universe is going to reflect that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so with you on that.
I feel like that was the perfect way to end it. Like,
Yeah,
that was good.
100%. That was beautiful, Joy. I loved it. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
having me back. It was
Yeah,
fun.
no worries. I love it. Yeah, I actually love our readings. We go on so many different. I know we had a few months ago, one of our last ones, we did that whole, the theme was just love. Do you remember that one?
Oh, that was such a beautiful one.
That was great.
Yeah, that was really beautiful.
I don't know if we could top that. I mean, this one's close, but
This one was good, but that one was very like heart based. Do you know what I mean? Which is
yeah,
really good.
it really reflected that moment of time. So I think it was just after Valentine's Day, or like it was around that
Yeah.
period.
Yeah, it was like 6 months ago.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
The time flies, honestly.
I know what the hell.
When you said it was 6 months ago, I'm like, Jesus, where did that time
Because
go?
I actually went on your I went on your YouTube and I just checked. I was like, when was the last time you did reading? And it said 6 months ago. And I was like,
Far out.
yeah,
Time flies. That's crazy.
I know, I know.
I will admit, though, this will probably be the last thing I'll say on air. I went through my Instagram and you can see the changes of my hair, how long it's
Yes, it's
like.
fun. And like, dude, same because like I used to have like longer hair, and then now I'm just going back to like being short again, and I'm like, this is where it's at.
Whereas mine just got longer.
Yours is growing, and ours, so we have this kind of like this similar hair vibe today.
You do, it's great.
I'm
Couldn't
jealous.
have planned it any better, honestly.
I know, I agree, I agree.
Alrighty, well, thank you for jumping on. I hope you guys enjoy this one. Thanks for listening. And yeah,
Thanks.
bye.